And again, just using my personal dogs as an example, I know how to desensitize a dog to something like gunshots on a flea attack, right? Or Waffles going to the car and being super spooked by the traffic and having this like flea instinct of run and hide, or Deli, whose instinct was get scared of something and run and chase, or whatever it may be. And it's interesting because you look at their fear of those things and they're irrational fears, right? The dog is scared of the thing for seemingly no reason. Now, we could discuss again. I think in a lot of cases, it's really the barometric pressure shift that really spooks the dogs, and that like physiological shift that they feel that is uncommon to them. That really is what's scaring them in those situations, right? Because they don't understand that thing as opposed to the noise. And that's why I think a lot of people's ideas of like, oh, we'll play thunderstorms on your television and go have fireworks blowing off on your radio, and it's not the same. And you could play that desensitizing game all day long with your dog, but when the real thing actually happens, you typically have you typically have no control over it. But those responses that my dogs displayed to those types of things, in the case of Waffles, whose response was I get scared of this thing and I just book it to my safe location, and in Deli's case, I get scared of this thing and I react and try to like not attack it, but like go for it kind of thing. That is the root of the problem, right? The root of the problem is my dog has an irrational fear of something, and they're learning to display an an inappropriate response to that behavior. Right? And the more you allow them to cycle through that, let's say every time Waffles got scared of something, I let him just book it to his safe spot. Right? Or every time Deli got scared of something, I let her get away with just reacting towards that thing. Then it starts to become a habit, and it gets more and more intense, and the dog gets more and more into that state of mind of just acting impulsively, because they're not thinking when they're in that state of mind. They're just scared, default response, do this. Scared, default response, do this. And it becomes more and more subconscious the more that they rehearse it. It becomes more and more of a problem, obviously. Right?
Or the fight or flight kind of mentality.
Exactly, right? But again, not even consciously making that decision, just getting into that zone. And then we start realizing, right, like we're letting them act on these behaviors, right? We're not able to give any sort of guidance through that situation, and we're essentially making the problem 10 times worse.